The United States is about to witness one of the most extreme weather whiplashes in modern history. Right now, as we speak, an absolutely massive Arctic blast is barreling down from Canada, ready to slam into the eastern half of the country, with temperatures plunging 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit below average. But here's where things get absolutely wild at the exact same time. The western United States is experiencing late spring-like warmth that's shattering records left and right. This isn't your typical winter weather pattern. What we're re-witnessing is a dramatic split in the jet stream that's creating two completely different realities across America. Parts of the West are seeing temperatures 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit above average, while parts of the East are set to experience their coldest temperatures so far this season. We're talking about the kind of temperature divide that makes Alaska warmer than Florida, and Montana feeling like May while New York freezes solid. The science behind this is fascinating and terrifying at the same time. The polar vortex, that massive swirling pool of frigid air that normally stays locked up over the Arctic, has stretched itself like a rubber band down over Canada and the Hudson Bay. Unlike previous cold outbreaks this time, the vortex is actually forecast to stretch throughout its entire depth, 10 to 30 miles above the surface, over Canada and the Hudson Bay, allowing the troposphere's cold Arctic air to spill into the continental US. What makes this particular Arctic blast so dangerous is the sheer speed at which temperatures are going to drop. We're looking at temperature crashes of 40 degrees in just a matter of hours across places like Pennsylvania, Maryland, and even down into South Carolina. This weekend, millions of people from the Ohio Valley to the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic are going to wake up to a completely different world than they went to sleep in. The Arctic oscillation has gone negative, which basically means the jet stream is getting super wavy, with massive dips bringing that Arctic air straight down into populated areas. Forecasters are placing some of the blame on the Arctic oscillation, a broad upper-level pattern that shows up in pressure differences between the Arctic and the mid-latitudes. When it's negative, the jet stream is more wavy with lobes dipping down over the US, bringing colder conditions. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We've got a wild weather week ahead, so let's jump right into it. First up, a serious warning for anyone in Pennsylvania and New York this weekend. We're looking at a real threat of blizzard conditions. Now, it's not about massive snow totals, but about incredibly strong winds. We're talking gusts up to 40, even 50 miles per hour. This will pick up the snow that's already on the ground, creating dangerous whiteout conditions and making travel nearly impossible. If you have plans to be on the roads in the Northeast or Mid-Atlantic on Saturday or Sunday, you really need to reconsider. This extreme weather is happening in a fascinating context. Climate scientists are pointing out that even with these Arctic blasts, the bigger picture is one of warming. In fact, so far this year, we've seen about 1.5 times more warm temperature records than cold ones. So you might be asking, if the planet is warming, why are we getting these brutal cold snaps? It's a great question. Some scientists believe that as the Arctic warms, it's actually destabilizing the jet stream. This makes it more wavy, allowing these deep plunges of Arctic air to spill south more often. It sounds strange, but a warmer Arctic could be leading to more frequent cold outbreaks for us. Okay, let's get into the day-by-day breakdown. From Friday into Saturday, that Arctic blast is sweeping across the Ohio Valley and into the Northeast. This is life-threatening cold. Wind chills will be well below zero across many states. Places from North Dakota to Wisconsin could feel like minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Please, take this seriously and stay safe. By Sunday and into Monday, the coldest air starts to ease up in the east, but a new problem arrives. Another Alberta Clipper system is on its way. This could bring another round of light to moderate snow, especially across Virginia and possibly even into North Carolina. Yes, more snow for the Carolinas just a few days after their last storm. But the story doesn't end there. Looking ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, meteorologists are watching a potential severe weather setup across the central United States. That plume of tropical moisture that brought record warmth to the west is set to collide with the lingering cool air. When that clash happens, it creates the perfect recipe for strong to severe thunderstorms. We're talking about the possibility of damaging winds, large hail, and even tornadoes. It's a very dynamic and potentially dangerous pattern that we'll be watching closely. So, from life-threatening cold and blizzards to potential severe storms, it's a very active forecast. Stay weather aware, make sure you have a way to get warnings, and please stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for the latest updates. If you're out west enjoying this record-breaking warmth, I have a little news for you. Don't get too comfortable. These wild weather patterns can flip in an instant, and what feels like spring today could be a winter blast tomorrow. Besides, this lack of snowfall is a really big deal. It's creating some serious concerns about our water supply for later this year. The snowpack in the Rockies is way below normal, and that means less water for farms, for our cities, for everyone who depends on that crucial snowmelt. So what's causing all this? It's a fascinating, and frankly, unusual mix of atmospheric dynamics. We've got this massive ridge of high pressure over Alaska, basically acting like a traffic cop, shunting storms northward. Then there's the polar vortex, which has been stretched and weakened, allowing Arctic air to spill south. Add in a stream of warm, moist air from the Pacific feeding into the west, and you have the perfect recipe for the bizarre weather we're seeing. It's a combination that has even the most experienced meteorologists scratching their heads. This all points to a bigger trend. Our old assumptions about winter just don't apply anymore. The idea that February in Montana is always frigid, or that the Carolinas don't see much snow, or that Arctic air stays neatly bottled up at the North Pole. This winter is challenging all of that. The rulebook is being rewritten right before our eyes. Looking ahead through February and into March, the million-dollar question is whether this pattern will hold, or if we're in for another dramatic flip. Long-range models are hinting at a possible shift by late February, but honestly, confidence is low. The atmosphere has been so volatile this winter that trying to predict anything more than a week out is incredibly difficult. What we know for sure is that this weekend's Arctic blast is going to be significant. The record warmth in the west is real, and it's shattering long-standing records. The weather patterns are changing faster and more dramatically than ever before. Whether you're dealing with dangerous cold, unusual warmth, heavy snow, or drought, this is a winter that will be remembered for its extremes. So please, stay safe out there. Keep a close eye on the latest forecasts, because this situation is evolving by the hour. What looked like a sure thing yesterday might be completely different today. That's the new reality of weather. Expect the unexpected, prepare for extremes, and understand that our climate is presenting us with challenges we've never faced before. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more updates.